Hello everyone, Robotops here, and today guys I'm gonna review today and this week I'm gonna review some combiners, in fact, that I forgot to review before, because there were some parts, there were some sets I didn't have and stuff like that. So today, and also the first part of this week, I'm gonna review some Slizer or Throwbots in the US combiners. So here is the ice Slizer, as you can see, instruction booklet, and if I turn this part like that, you will see the first combiner I'm going to review today. So it's called Robotops, as you can see, and it is made of 4 of the good Slizers. It depends on the storylines, which depends on the region, because you may know that sure, you got the name which changed, Slizer in Europe and Throwbots in the US, but also you got the storyline which changed. In fact, there is 2 versions. In one of those versions, there is some good guys versus some bad guys, and here are the good guys. So fire, ice, sub, and city. So you need these 4 guys to build Robotops, which is the good fusion guy, I guess. And as you can see here, you got, of course, again, a finished picture of the model, plus some close-up on the body frame, and this means that you're gonna build first the body, and then close-up on the foot. You're gonna build the foot, of course, with some nice poster at the end. Don't really know if it was released in a real form, in a paper form, by the way. And as you can see, there is nothing more, and you could imagine that kind of like Bionicle, the instruction for the legs, the head, and the arms will be, for example, I don't know, but in the city or in the sub instruction booklet. And well, no, in fact no, because in all the instruction booklet you will have the instructions, for the body and one foot, excuse me. And well, why? I don't really know why. Maybe that's just not to waste some pages in the instruction booklet. I don't really know why, but the fact is that even without any instruction booklet, I think Lego was quite smart, because you can build the legs and the arms and the head without any explanation. In fact, I think this image is kind of self-explanatory by itself. This means that easily with this picture you can build the arms and legs without any problems. And well, if you have problems, I think that this review will help you, because now I'm gonna explain you how all of this works. So first of all, the body, how it's made. Well, it's quite simple. In fact, it's the combination of 2 Slizers body, as you can see. So you got a black one here and a blue one here. And what is quite interesting, excuse me, is that of course there is some gear, as you can see, which is directly molded into the bottom of the Slizer body part. And well, here it comes handy, because you can see this gear is directly linked to this one, this yellow one, as you can see right there. And this means, of course, when I will turn this part, the body frame, the upper body part will also turn. So we'll talk about the articulations later on, but that's just to show you how it works. And then we're gonna put a large gear, as you can see, plus 2 T-shaped parts, which will be useful to link the head, of course. And these axles will be useful to link the arms. This one's to link some parts, excuse me, some parts of the legs, and the same for the for this axle hole right here, which will be quite useful to link the legs. And well, I think we're going to talk about the legs right now, in fact, because here it is. So of course I'm not going to talk about the color scheme. It's kind of a mixed color scheme between all the colors from the different Slizers used. So this means some blue, light blue, white, yellow, red, and stuff like that. So the legs, as you can see, first of all we're going to have well, the legs in fact are made of, if I put this part, well, no, I'm not going to do that, but it's really made of connectors and arms and normal arms and Slizer legs. So nothing really complicated. First, we're going to have this axle, which will be useful to link these 2 connectors, then 2 Slizer arms and 2 connectors, which will be useful to link the foot itself. But also notice that there is some parts linked between these 2 legs, which is in fact another legs, if I can call this like that. And on top of that, a connector, which again will be linked to the body itself, as I've said earlier. For the foot, or the feet, well, it's really simple, because in fact, if I just turn this part, you will notice that the foot are in fact just some Slizer body frame, so this means the body itself plus the head linked through a gear in fact. And so this means they put this in this way, and well, the shapes looks foot, and well, that works pretty well. So with that said, I'm gonna link this part to the body frame, so the body, excuse me. So you got the axle all right there, an axle here, so I'm gonna link this part. Then you got this axle on this side, and well, one connector. And here we go, the leg is linked. The same goes for this one, which is well, the same in terms of construction, but of course got a different color scheme. For example, this leg is black and not blue. This connector is not light blue. As you can see, it's just blue. So yeah, stuff like that. Now for the arms. So first of all, the right arm, the left arm, excuse me, the left arm. So nothing really complicated. A connector plus an arm with a Slizer shoulder part and a flame from fire. So little details, I guess, some little weapons. And finally, you got the arms itself, which is in fact just some, which in fact is the throwing disc arm. So nothing really complicated. Just notice that it's put in another way, because normally on usual Slizers, this part is put in this way, which kind of, in fact, hide the ball joint. And this time it's put in this way, so we can clearly see the ball joint right here. Right here, excuse me. Gonna link this part there. Same goes for the second arm, which is the same. In fact, it's exactly the same apart from the colors again. Once again, excuse me. And well, now we're gonna link the head. So the head is made with one large gear and two Slizer heads, which are the one from ice and sub. This means the two of them are light blue, and it's quite interesting because this means we're not gonna have a head, in fact, with two different type of colors. And as you can see, we already used this axle hole to link the head to the well, the gear itself. So we're gonna use this two little axle hole right there and link them to this two yellow parts like this. And here we go, it's linked. So I'm gonna do just a little turn around of this model because now it's kind of done. And now I'm gonna talk about the articulations. So the body of the articulations body, excuse me, on the body, yes. Well, you got two of them which works with some gear. So like I said, you can turn this gear to make the upper part of the body goes in the back or in the front, in fact, force like that. So to bend this body, which is quite interesting, which can be useful to make some pose. Then you got the second articulation, which is more like traditional Slizers body articulation. Yes, body's articulation, because this means we're gonna turn the head and the arms in the same way. So we're gonna turn them again forth and back like that. That's all for the body itself. Of course, you can still launch some disc. I didn't put any disc right there because, well, on the edition booklet it didn't show any of them, so I just decided to not put some disc, but of course it still works perfectly nice. Of course, you got your ball joint right here. The same goes for this part. Two ball joint if you want to change the position of the little flamethrower, I guess. And that's all for the arms and the body. Now for the legs, well, you got numerous ball joints. I think you got like 1, 2, 3, 6 ball joints. But in fact, I'm just gonna show you how you can turn this stuff. So here's the maximum you can get with turning in this way, and you can go up this way. Of course, you can also turn the feet like that. And that's quite all, I think. Also, okay, excuse me. Also notice that you can turn the legs in this way. In fact, you can't really turn them like that because, well, there is an axle which link all this, this legs, if I can say so. But you can still turn this on the sides of the leg, which can be quite useful, I think, to help to stabilize some poses, in fact. And that's quite odd because, of course, you can also turn this part, but I'm not really sure that's come handy, in fact. And so you can do some pose like that, which is some kind of winning pose. Well, I guess at least I'm gonna try to make it work because it worked in my French version of this review. So, and that's quite one of the only pose I can manage to make because, of course, it's quite hard to make any pose. So, any pose this. Okay. Okay. So I think that's all for this combiner model. So now, well, to sum up really quickly on this one. So I'm going to talk about the color scheme. So it's a combiner. So what did you expect? I mean, it's a combiner of 4 totally different Slizers sets. So, well, I think the color scheme is still okay. Just the white and the yellow, which don't really mix well with the overall color scheme, I guess, I think. At least my opinion. But apart from those colors, I think that all the colors mix pretty well. I mean, the teal green is really close to the light blue, which is close to the blue itself. The black mix well with pretty any colors. So, well, I think it's okay. I'm not going to talk about the part selection, even if you can notice that, in fact, there is just this set really used the usual slicer parts. The slicer parts, this means slicer parts, excuse me. That means, well, you're gonna have a lot of slicers arms or legs, lots of slicer body frame, because in fact you're gonna have the four different body frames. It also uses some heads and of course lots of connectors. But in fact, it doesn't really use any specific part. For example, the skiff from ice or the scuba from yeah, the little hose pipe, the yellow hose pipe from sub, or stuff like that. No, it will use this type of generic parts, but, well, I have to admit that most of the slicers, in fact, just use this parts, but in a different way. So, of course, when you put all the slicers parts in just in one, well, you will find that there is tons of parts which come in which are the same but come in different colors. In fact, there is not that tons of different parts used throughout the model, the Slizer's model. So the part selection is okay. Well, you can't really do better. Then you got the construction, which is well, it's kind of a bigger version of a slicer. I mean, for example, the body frame is made of 2 body frame. The legs are made of different legs linked together. So yes, the construction is okay. I think it's what you can expect from a slicer's combiners. I mean, of course it's bigger, so of course they're gonna use the same parts, but to make some bigger elements, kind of like the Toakaitas, in fact, which use different legs of different normal legs of Tolda to make some bigger one. Well, it's quite the same for this Slizer combiner model, nothing really impressive. I think it's what you can expect, and it's worked pretty nice. The articulations are correct, even if you can't really pose this guy in tons of different poses, of course. It's still quite limited, but well, again, it's a quite old combiner. I think that's one of the first in terms of action figure sets for Lego, of course. And the design itself, I think it's pretty simple, but it works also pretty well. I think it's well, like I said, there is not that tons of specific parts. So this means that except from the there is no really parts to differentiate it from the other combiner models that I'm gonna review tomorrow. But still, it's still pretty different than Ultra Wax, which is the other combiner. So, well, yeah, I think that it's pretty simple, but it works also pretty well. So, I don't really recommend you to build this one. I think, well, maybe if you like combiner model, it can be combiners model. Excuse me, it can be quite useful. or at least quite interesting. If you're a fan of Slizers, of course, it can be interesting. But seriously, apart from that, it's not really. I think there is better combiners, better bionicle combiners, of course, because it was in 1999, I think. So of course, some combiners from 2005 are sometimes, of course, better. Well, at least I guess. So yes, it can be interesting, but it's not really a must build, in fact. But still, it can be interesting, and the simplicity of its design really make him still look pretty good. So well, that's all, guys. I'm not gonna talk about 5 minutes about some stuff about these combiners. I think it's a pretty good one. Not maybe you're not really it's not really the best combiners I've ever built, but also it was an old one. It's an old one. It's a simple one, but still, it has some good points. So well, it can be interesting. And I think that's all. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to post them in the comment section of this video. That will be all. So hope you enjoy this review. Hope you enjoy this combiner model, excuse me. And see you later. Bye.